This is the Insomniac GM, and this is my second Halloween one shot. Now, for this one shot, I had a I had a one shot that was sitting there for months, and we didn't get to play it. And it was for one player, and they've been begging me to run them something. And it just so happened that the one day I had some free time, they had free time, and it was almost like stars were aligned because it was like I asked another person and they just happened to be free, and then I asked another person and they happened to be free. And normally everyone's schedule just doesn't seem to work, including mine. Usually I'm like I'm the difficult one out of everyone. But yeah, so we got together and we ran this. Now, for this one, we ran Blood. So this was an RPG I've been wanting to run. I've had a hard time getting people to play it, and I think at this point it's going to be a lot easier because after I ran it, I know two of the three players really love the system. I don't know about the third one, but yeah. So I ran this game for a player who's like obsessed with like Japanese culture and all that. If you notice, the first one shot was supposed to be for them too, like targeted towards them because it was Japanese and that, but things didn't work out. So this one also Japanese because of them. So I ran a samurai game, and I wish I had my notes because now that I think about it, there's a name. Oh well. Um, so the players are plain samurais of the Emperor. And the Emperor has gotten word that there's a village that has been slandering his name. So he sends these samurais there to deal with the issue. So players come into this town, and I have each player playing two characters. Now, when they get there, um, I can't remember the name of the characters. I don't have my notes in that, so I'm just gonna call them B1, B2, J1, J2, T1, and T2. Just for that simplicity. So when they come into town, this village is normally about over 500 people, and it is like a ghost town. They see homes that the doors are open and nobody's inside. They don't hear anyone. They do see like some life on the streets, but it's like very scarce. They see stands where fruit is just rotting. They see some shops that are just not closed up at all, like or just left that way. And they one of the players, B1 and 2, they go to like a tavern, and like they see that's where like most of the people are there, and even that's like scarce, and it seems like everyone's just drinking their problems away. And tavern owner, like, he just doesn't care about how the food is because people don't really have a choice on where they go. So he's like serving them nasty, like overcooked food, and that player got a good laugh out of it. He made his character trick his other character into eating it and was disappointed. Now, Jay, one of the J characters, ended up going to the. Was it the inn? No, they went to the shrine, and like they were trying to gather information. And so was the B characters. They went and they gathered information, and they learned that like about like 6 months ago, this this guy came into town named like Hagami or something like that. I'm probably getting the name wrong. I'm sorry, I don't have my notes. And so he came into town and he started slandering the emperor. So they kicked him out of town. Well, after that day, every time there's been a full moon, people have been vanishing. And the numbers have been growing more and more and more. And each time the full moon comes, somebody and more people will start going against the emperor. Now, they found out what direction the guy was kicked out from. Um, they were trying to figure out what was going on. And then I got T. I can't remember the name of one of his characters, but the other character I can remember the name of because they were both anime character names. But he was so hyper focused on trying to get to this ramen shop. Now I should mention the T player is the one I made this one shop for. He he was so fixated on the ramen shop, kept trying to find where ramen was, trying to find the ramen owner. He saw like cuts in the stand for the ramen and that. I was trying to figure out what was up because it was like 3 cuts side by side. And so the group eventually gets together and they all share what they found and everything. And it's getting light and they start seeing everyone like closing their doors and like blocking and barricading everything, and like they're warned like, hey, get off the streets, like it's not safe at night. And so the players are like, what's going on? Well, I asked them like, who has 8? Because I only know of, at the time it was only one character who ate, and it's like, you guys are gonna suffer losing some energy if you don't eat. So they're all trying to find out how they can eat. They find that the fruit on the trees seem to be eaten up. Like very little bit left on the fruit, but it seems like something's been chowing down on it like crazy. They also notice that there isn't like any bird life. There isn't any fish. The only thing they really notice animal wise is a bunch of cicadas just making noises all over the place everywhere. And I tried like mentioning that multiple times, but I don't think like, I wasn't trying to give them a hint. I was trying to foreshadow, but I don't think that, I could be wrong, but I tried foreshadowing to them about the cicadas. Well, the our player T1 or Naruto, if you're watching this video, man, I love you. He decided he was going to go out in the woods and hunt, and everyone at the table turned and looked at him and goes, "The forest we were told was dangerous. Are you sure?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." I'm like, okay, how far are you going? Like, are you just stepping foot? Are you going like a few feet? Are you like 30 feet? Or what? Are you like 5 miles? He's like, yeah, 5 miles sounds good. Like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. So, yeah, he got jumped by something. And it attacked him, and he took so much damage that we ended up rolling the first thing on the blood table. So we let Jay roll the damage, or roll on the blood table, and the character was castrated by being pierced through the groin with claws and passed out from the pain, and eventually woke up naked, tied to a slab and being cauterized. Like he woke up being burned. And but that was like, yeah, he couldn't quite make out who was doing it, but he saw there was multiple hunched figures walking about and that. Well, the rest of the players, in camping, or not camping, stand watch and that. And as time is going, they hear something break in downstairs, and a woman like starting to scream, but her scream is cut off, and like they can hear something walking downstairs. And what was going on was this thing came in and knocked out the woman and was trying to drag her away to this ritual ceremony. Well, so J1 and 2 run to the door and watch and listen, and because it's pitch black inside this inn, which the players told me they don't have any lantern or candle lit. They're keeping it dark, not to draw attention. Like all Jay can do is just listen to the darkness. And I can't remember when, but Jay like grabbed a chair and threw it at the stairs to draw the creature's attention. But in the room, I'm gonna tell you now, I am not bullying T, but T had horrible luck that session. Okay. So for T, he was gonna open the window. And I explain he sees the window slowly opening with claws wrapping around the window. And I asked him, like, well, before that, I asked him to roll to see, like, do you just open the window or if you see something before you open it. And he got lucky. So he saw it opening the window, so he didn't swing the door or window open and come face to face with his death. So a creature is opening this window and he's standing right in front of it, and he decides to scream at the top of his lungs for everyone, making the creature startled and slashed at him. So he got cut bad. These things were like kind of like glass cannons. They were frail, but they were not messing around. So B1 has to quickly rip T's like clothes and use that to circulate the cut, and B2 runs at the thing and slashes with the sword and just hits for massive damage. And we roll on the blood table, and he got lucky and instantly kills it. He cuts the thing in half, and its body just falls into two on the ground, and he's caked in blood. And the player was just a total, like, bad A, Trying not to swear in this video. I'm sorry. I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube overlords. But, so yeah. So Jay had the chair thrown at some point on the stairs, and this creature could hear. And they can hear it running inside the inn. They can't really make out where because of all the echoing from how empty the place is. So B takes a lantern, lights it, and moves it over to what he cut. And he sees that it's like a giant bipedal cicada. And the way it looks, you can see the creature's teeth, and then behind it, further back, you can see human teeth. And everyone manages to piece together that these are humans that are being transformed into cicadas. So yeah, they I'm sorry. So they end up. Sorry, my cats are acting crazy out there. Okay. So they all start like slowly walking out of the room with a lantern. Now, A cicada was on the ceiling. I rolled stupid high, and I was checking to see if anyone noticed. And I was asking them where they were looking too. Nobody said on the ceiling. So I told myself, okay, whoever is the last one out of that room, it's gonna pounce. And that happened to be T, who was already wounded. So he got pounced. And the thing's on top of him, clawing at him, and he's freaking out. He's bleeding more, and it's like, okay, you guys need to like bandage him, or he's gonna like die, So they quickly like chop this thing in half, and it's like Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Like it's still alive, but it's missing an arm, it's missing its legs, and it's trying to crawl away with one arm and eventually falls dead. Um, and they fail at saving T. So he suffers one death. And I should mention the whole session, he just kept going on about the ramen man. So players all leave the inn. And I bring in another character for T, because one's out and the other's dead. So I gave him another one, and I wrote that it was the Ramen Man. So he was excited to play this character. He's like bragging about it. And so they go and like they hunt down where the cicadas are, and Naruto's watching as like there's 5 people on the 5 slabs, and they're each being stabbed and killed, and then they'll like lick the dagger and they start like bubbling up with like what looks like tumors or whatever, and they're starting to transform, and he's the last one, and it gets to him, and the players get there and they fail at, and there was also cicadas that were going into a tunnel with these like they were eating the bodies of whoever they killed, and like spitting out these like multiple like transparent marbles that are like baseball sized, and they were bringing them into the tunnel. Well, there was one left who was in the process of doing that, and so they split up to go take down that cicada and to take out that like person with the dagger trying to kill Naruto, and they succeed at killing the cicada. They fail at killing the person trying to go after Naruto. Just bad rolls. So Naruto is stabbed and dies. So the player suffered 2 deaths at this point. Again, I was not trying to target them, and I promise you, I talked to them afterwards, and they were like, "This was one of the best sessions I've ever played." So, yeah. So now we have 2 deaths, and this thing transforms into a cicada, and the players just like start attacking it. I roll to see who I attack. Of course, it's T. Again, this time T didn't die. The ramen man was close to dying, but yeah, he gets attacked. And they kill the cicada. They start chopping down branches and throwing at the tunnel and cause a fire and just smoke these things and kill it with the gases. And when they're all dead, they go in and they realize these orbs are like eggs, and they just destroy them because they realize like each cicada was like producing hundreds of these eggs, and like they were just building an army, and altogether there was like 42 of these cicadas. And it's like, yeah. So I end up destroying all the eggs. They kill all the cicadas, and I saved the day. Now everyone was like relieved and everything, and we cut to the ending of a traveling merchant who picks up a hitchhiker, and it's Hajime, and he starts talking and introduces himself, and we end it, and the players start, and they're just like, "Gosh, we forgot about him." He was long gone, but they could have gotten information, but we ran short. So it's open if we ever do a sequel game. I don't plan on it, but I try to leave my games open for a sequel, possibly. And if there isn't, well, it's open to their imagination. So that is the second game, and I'm glad I got to finally run Blood. And before I take off, I just want to let you know that I love you guys. That I really do appreciate all of your views and everything. So I hope the best for you guys. You take care.